Lovers, apa kabarnya? Semoga sehat selalu. Senang sekali hari ini saya Anastasia Pradita bisa menjadi host di acara kita di hari ini dalam Rendezvous Puteri Indonesia 2023. Dan hari ini adalah hari yang spesial karena saya akan ngobrol nih langsung dengan perempuan-perempuan hebat Indonesia dan juga mancanegara. Oh, pastinya udah tahu nih kira-kira siapa yang hari ini akan saya ajak ngobrol. Tapi sebelumnya saya mau menyapa dulu tamu pertama saya di sini. Sudah ada Ibu Puteri Kuswisnuwardani selaku Ketua Pembina Yayasan Puteri Indonesia. Halo Ibu.
Halo Dita.
Apa kabarnya?
Baik.
Senang sekali karena sosok Ibu Puteri ini yang benar-benar kita tunggu-tunggu bocorannya setiap tahun pemilihan Puteri Indonesia. Karena selalu ada yang baru, selalu ada kejutan dan yang spesial dari Puteri Indonesia. Nah, apalagi sekarang ini sudah 30 tahun ya Ibu, tidak terasa dan ini pemilihan ke-26.
26.
Nah, mungkin sedikit untuk mengawali visi dan misinya dari Puteri Indonesia sampai sekarang terus bertahan apa sih Bu? Visi dan
Ya,
misinya.
memang kami di Yayasan Puteri Indonesia ini dari sejak awal berdiri ingin memberikan platform bagi perempuan muda Indonesia untuk berani tampil, untuk terus mengasah diri menjadi SDM unggul. Nah, tentunya setiap tahun dan dari zaman ke zaman, dari dekade ke dekade, kriterianya akan ada adjustment ya, akan ada.
Semakin sulit nih kayaknya Bu ya.
Semakin sulit karena semakin bersaing, bukan hanya saja di Indonesia, tetapi juga dengan mancanegara. Oleh karena itu kita terus membekali mereka dengan training-training yang disesuaikan dengan tuntutan zaman. Ya, tentunya sekarang kita tahu era teknologi, sosial media, sehingga hal yang berhubungan dengan hal itu kita berikan juga pembekalan kepada para finalis. Kemudian mereka juga kita dorong untuk berani mengungkapkan pandangannya dan belajar untuk bisa mengungkapkan apa yang menjadi pikiran mereka atau ide-ide mereka secara gamblang kepada masyarakat. Nah, itu ada motion challenge sekarang ya kan. Mereka diajar itu ada teknik-tekniknya dan diajarkan kepada mereka bagaimana supaya mereka bisa mendapatkan perhatian dari audiens yang mereka ingin capai, kan seperti itu. Jadi sebenarnya tetap 3B, beauty, brain, dan behavior. Tahun ini saya tambahkan be brave, be right, ya kan. Jadi berani dan juga benar. Bagaimana pada saat mereka berhadapan dengan pilihan yang sulit di dalam hidup mereka, mereka bisa memilih hal yang baik dan benar untuk mereka ambil.
Ditambahkan be brave dan juga be right itu ya.
Betul.
Dua komponen baru yang pastinya ini membuat kualifikasinya akan semakin tough, semakin sulit begitu. Jadi penasaran nih kriterianya untuk tahun 2023 kan nanti akan menghasilkan Puteri Indonesia Lingkungan dan juga Puteri Indonesia Pariwisata. Seperti apa sosok yang dicari untuk pemenang di tahun ini nih Bu? Mungkin bocoran juga begitu ya buat yang mau ikut tahun berikutnya nih Bu.
Betul. Tema kita kan redefining beauty. Beauty itu apa? Beauty secara fisik pun bisa berbeda-beda. Katakan Indonesia ini kan juga sangat majemuk ya. Tidak ada spesifik beauty secara ketat seperti apa. Jadi memang bisa berbeda-beda. Dan itu juga tentu tergantung dengan 2B yang lainnya yaitu brain dan behavior. Ketika mereka bisa mengungkapkan pikiran-pikiran mereka dengan percaya diri ya, dan mereka juga punya behavior tata cara berkomunikasi dengan baik, tentu itu akan menunjang B yang beauty tadi.
Jadi namanya beauty standard sekarang tuh sudah berubah. Benar.
Total.
Ada komponen-komponen lainnya termasuk tadi yang ditambahkan harus lebih berani begitu Bu ya, dan juga memilih yang terbaik.
Betul.
Yang betul. Oke, dan yang juga unik di tahun ini selalu mengangkat daerah-daerah. Kali ini Lampung. Kenapa Lampung sih Bu? Boleh dikasih tahu nggak nih ke pageant lovers?
Ya. Sebenarnya tidak ada spesifik. Jadi setiap tahun Yayasan Puteri Indonesia ingin mengangkat daerah-daerah yang ada di Indonesia yang banyak belum semua warga Indonesia mengetahui. Jadi tahun ini kita angkat Lampung, kita bekerja sama dengan tentunya pemerintah daerah setempat untuk mengangkat hasil karya industri berbasis budaya dari daerah itu. Kemudian kita juga ingin mengangkat area pariwisata dari Lampung juga. Jadi kita terbangkan 45 finalis kemarin ke Lampung dan mereka mengunjungi tempat-tempat wisata di sana. Mereka mengunjungi Dekranasda untuk melihat hasil-hasil industri budaya setempat seperti apa, dan memang ini salah satu tujuan Yayasan Puteri Indonesia, bagaimana kita mengenali budaya kita, pariwisata kita, keberagaman kita dengan lebih dalam lagi, dan mengangkat perbedaan itu menjadi perekat kebersamaan kita sebagai sebuah bangsa.
Oh, ini harus diberikan tepuk tangan nih Bu, karena luar biasa sekali ya, platformnya bisa digunakan untuk hal-hal yang bijaksana seperti ini.
Betul.
Iya, dan menarik sih ya, bisa keliling Indonesia begitu untuk melihat keindahannya yang mungkin nggak semua orang tahu.
Iya.
Apalagi bisa dibawa ke internasional nantinya.
Betul,
begitu ya,
nanti
Bu?
para putri 3 Miss Internasional ini, Miss Internasional, Miss Supranasional, dan Miss Charm akan juga mengunjungi Lampung. Jadi ini salah satu cara Yayasan Puteri Indonesia mengangkat platform pariwisata Indonesia ke tingkat internasional supaya lebih diketahui lagi.
Bicara soal Puteri Indonesia itu nggak lepas dengan ajang internasional yang akan diikuti oleh para pemenangnya nanti di mancanegara. Nah, hari ini kita sudah kehadiran dari 3 putri dunia yang akan sharing-sharing sama kita di sini. Akan ada perempuan-perempuan dari ajang bergengsi dunia Miss International, Miss Supranational, dan juga Miss Charm. Oke, di sini sudah ada 3 queen kita. Hello, di sini sudah ada Jasmine Selberg, Miss International, Lalela Miss Swane, Miss Supranational, dan juga Luma Russo, Miss Charm. Hi girls, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, it's nice to see you guys in person. So beautiful.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
So there's gonna be a lot of questions for you guys, but before that, I wanna ask Bu Putri first. Oke, Bu Putri, kita sudah bersama dengan Miss dunia,
3 putri dunia,
betul,
ya.
para queen kita di sini. Dan pasti Ibu punya harapan nih untuk 3 pemenang Putri Indonesia 2023 ini. Seperti apa sih yang Ibu harapkan mereka nanti membawa nama Indonesia di ajang internasional?
Ya, tentu setiap tahun kami mengharapkan masing-masing putri yang pergi ke ajang internasional itu mendapatkan prestasi yang terbaik. Goalnya ya tentu membawa pulang crown ya, gitu. Tapi paling tidak adalah representasi dari Indonesia harus ada di sana. Dan saat ini banyak sekali dunia sudah mulai mengenal Indonesia karena punya prestasi yang lumayan bagus. Kevin menang Miss Internasional ya, kemudian di Supra sendiri banyak sekali dari putri-putri kita yang mendapatkan prestasi runner up ya, seperti Jessica, Wilda, dan Dinda ya. Jadi saya percaya bahwa ke depan prestasi Indonesia akan semakin baik ya, selama kita terus mengasah diri.
Amin, saya yakin dan juga optimis pastinya dengan kualitas putri-putri kita. Dan satu pertanyaan yang pasti PJ Lovers juga penasaran nih Bu, banyak banget pertanyaan yang menanyakan, tahun ini adalah tahun pertama Putri Indonesia mengirimkan wakilnya untuk Miss Charm.
Oke.
Mungkin motivasinya begitu, kenapa dikirimkan ke Miss Charm? Atau memang sudah ada rencana untuk gondol round pertama nih untuk Miss Charm di Indonesia? Gimana,
Amin,
Bu?
amin. Jadi memang Yayasan Putri Indonesia ingin mencari kolaborasi atau partner internasional yang mempunyai visi dan misi yang mirip dengan kita. Dan kebetulan dari ketiga ajang yang hadir pada hari ini ya, Miss Internasional, Miss Supranasional, dan Miss Charm itu adalah ajang-ajang yang setelah kami dalami punya kemiripan platform, ya, ingin memajukan perempuan Indonesia dari segi SDM, sumber daya manusianya, dan bagaimana mereka tidak hanya memakai crown untuk sekedar menjabat, tapi melakukan movement atau suatu gerakan ya, walaupun tidak besar, dimulai dari hal yang kecil, tetapi bisa membawa perubahan di masyarakat.
Terima kasih Bu Putri sudah
Sama-sama.
banyak dikasih bocoran begitu ya. Senang banget bisa ngobrol sama Ibu Putri dan sekarang adalah saatnya karena pageant lovers sudah nggak sabar nih pengen ngobrol langsung dengan 3 queen dunia di sini. Langsung aja kita ngobrol with all the girls here. Gimana nih ya? I wanna ask about your experience. You just arrived yesterday, right?
Yes.
And then you tried Indonesian food. How is it? Maybe from Yasmin, what's your favorite Indonesian food so far?
So I'm going to be honest, I tried nasi goreng in Germany before, but as I love to travel, I love to try the culture in the country I visit as well. So eating nasi goreng in Indonesia is definitely something else, and it was so good yesterday. And of course, we are going to wear kebaya, for example, as well. So that's a special Indonesian culture, and to try it out and to wear kebaya, for example, is also really special for all of us girls.
Okay, for you nasi goreng.
Yes, definitely.
And the others, Lalela, what's your favorite Indonesian food?
Ooh, I think soto.
Soto,
Yes. I
yeah.
tried for dinner and that was amazing for me. It stood out.
Soto, the soup one, so it's
Yes.
very refreshing also.
Very refreshing.
Okay, so you have a different type of food. And how about you, Lumai? Because you're smiling, I think you're still thinking about the taste from last night.
I am definitely a foodie. For me, gastronomic tourism is the best, and I did love the bakso. I had it for breakfast yesterday. Yes. Very Indonesian of me.
Yeah, having a breakfast, bakso as a breakfast is a bit heavy, but because you are a foodie, maybe
Yes.
Ibu, you can bring the bakso.
Yes, I will
here.
bring
All the
tukang
rest-
bakso.
Okay, the whole restaurant for you. Okay, and then I heard that you cannot wait to wear kebaya, just like Yasmin mentioned about. What do you think about Indonesian kebaya? Is this your first time wearing kebaya, or
Yes.
yeah, maybe with Lalela? What do you think about kebaya?
I felt like the queen that I am.
You're a queen.
Oh my word, I could not have felt more Indonesian in that moment. I felt very proud, I felt very strong, I felt very powerful. And I think that's the essence of an Indonesian woman.
Oh, that's true.
Very well said.
Yeah. And how about you, for Yasmin?
So for me, as someone who values culture a lot, as also a culture ambassador, as Miss International, I really value that we can wear kebaya here. And so us three, with 3 different ethnicities as well, Latina, me European, and you African, I think, and of course, all the stunning Puteris that we are going to meet, they, like us all wearing kebaya is like a special connection for me as well. Between our all cultures, to be honest.
Iya. Dan semuanya ini terlihat cantik dengan kebaya. In every nationalities looks really beautiful in kebaya. And then also for Luma, this is your first time in Indonesia, and then you're wearing kebaya just like another Indonesian women. What's very special about kebaya?
Well, like Alea said, it does have that sense of feeling powerful. You do feel that what I said earlier is I felt expensive. It's just the design is so marvelous. It does bring you that experience. And like Yasmin said, I do value culture a lot. Is one of the main points of Miss Charm. So being able to try that out and to be really immersed in Indonesian culture is very special to me.
Oh, so special for her. Looks expensive. Pertanyaannya masih banyak nih dengan para queen kita di sini untuk mewakili nih para pageant lovers dengan pertanyaan-pertanyaannya. And then the first questions I want to ask to Yasmin first, and then the other can answer afterwards. How did it feel when your country was named as the winner of each international pageant? How did it feel, Yasmin?
It was just unbelievable. Would you believe me when I say that? Germany has not been placed in Miss International or any other Big 3 pageant in 33 years at least. So being the first German lady to win, I am one of 6 international, like in general, Big 3 beauty queens of Germany to win an international pageant. So it feels very special, and it's, as I study history and philosophy, it also feels like a historical moment for me and my country, which makes me feel even bigger pride, because that's a legacy that will be for the future.
And how about South Africa? When you heard your name, mentioned in that pageant, how did it feel?
Oh my word, I think if you saw the moment, I
cried.
cried like a baby. I couldn't believe it. I was hyperventilating purely because it was the first time South Africa won, and also the first time that an African, a black girl had won the title. So I really felt so much pressure to make so many people proud, not only South Africans, but all children across the world that really felt small in any way, unseen, unheard. I felt like I suddenly had this responsibility to really be their voice, but it's been such a blessing.
How about you, Luma?
What you just said is exactly what it is. It's a mixture of emotions. It's a bit of surprise and pride as well.
Yes.
And you feel strong. And it took me a few seconds to actually kick in.
everything.
Yeah, that Brazil was the one who was being called out. But I am crying. Literally all the pictures of my coronation, the emotion, I could not hold it in. It was amazing.
And then after that, what message you have for the world after having the chance to win the competition?
So, as Miss International works with the SDGs, I have mainly been focused on fulfilling the SDGs as well. So, one of my own slogans is small changes have great impact. So, that's what I'm trying to do. I try to promote local charities, local brands, for example, as well, to do small changes within your community. And because I heard many people always say, oh, it's just me, I cannot change anything anyways. But in the end, it's thousands, millions of people who say that in this world. And I want to, as Miss International, but also as me, as Min Selberg, I also want to challenge that kind of thinking by promoting this topic. So I have been sharing tips, for example, in the past, how we can make a change in our own home, or I have met up with charities and also as well with companies to promote SDGs within them. So that's what I did so far. And last 2 months ago, I was in Namibia with our dear Miss Supranational, and we went to an orphanage together and had a great time there, and it was just beautiful. It was really beautiful and really heartwarming, and to see. We also gave donations, of course, because that's just a good
to hear
thing
you
to
guys
do.
talking about your experience also move me, inspire me.
Nice. And how about you, Lalela? How far you already do something after you win the crown?
I think what's very beautiful and special about Miss Supranational is that they really stand for being aspirational and inspirational. While you're this beacon of hope and agent of change in the world, they also really want you to focus on your aspirational goals. And for me, it's so important to find that balance, because yes, you're a person that really that strives for change internationally and wherever you can be of assistance, but you also matter as a person. And being able to do that has been such a blessing. And with the support of the team, I have a foundation at home called the Lalela Foundation. And I really am like South Africa's big sister. I've really taken into that role so comfortably. I support a lot of girls, particularly from parentless backgrounds, as I also lost my dad in 2010. So I know the impact of that. So I really try to be there, be the big sister, be there emotionally, be there physically, wherever it is that I can. And the Miss Supranational organization has supported anything and everything that I've aspired to do. And yeah, I'm very, very happy. I'm blessed. I always say I'm blessed because I always say I'm living in an answered prayer. That's what being Miss Supranational is to me.
And then for you?
Well, for me, it's been more of a recent coronation. It's only been about 2 to 3 months. Projects are still ongoing, but I do want to focus on education. I've been a teacher for about 11 years, and that is the number one thing for me. As for a message, I wanted to let you guys know that what moves me is authenticity. And I think that can be taken into any world. When we talk about, being the big sister, or when we talk about pageants, authenticity is something that differentiates you from other people. And today, with the beauty standards that we have, we need to remind ourselves that being unique is something that matters. And that is what got me where I am, being myself and being authentic. So I want to focus on that.
Wow. Really great job, girls. And then one question that's always bothering me, because all the pageant lovers wants to know about your journey of become a pageant fighters. So where before you were able to get the crown, yeah, you also participated in other competition. And what keeps you from giving up and makes you want to keep trying to get the crown? Maybe this time from Numa first.
Well, it was my first international pageant, but I've been through different franchises. And I've been very blessed to have people that really believed in me. And I never gave up, not only because of myself, because of the dream I always had of being this person, an example, and being in front of the world as an international queen, but also because of the people that put their trust in me, which is something that I would have never gotten where I am without them.
And then also for both of you, you also joined, you even joined the same pageant before.
Yes,
right?
we were actually friends at Miss Supranational, so seeing her wasn't like, oh, it was like, yes, because it was really genuine. She was such, like, one of my favorite people at Miss Supranational.
Oh, come on.
Really, and having seen her in Namibia and now in Indonesia, like, please, so happy.
It is unbelievable to be here.
So what's the story? This is your, how many pageant that you already joined before?
So third is the charm. I competed 3 times for Germany internationally. And in my first pageant, it was a really small one, so I worked my way up from top 10 pageant to top 5 pageant to top 3 pageant. And that's what I was also taught by my training camp in Germany. They teach me to start small and then strive
like
for
your
bigger
advocacy to
things.
start
That's just what I preached before about my project, that to start small, it will get you to something bigger at some point in life. But I think it was mostly my enthusiasm for pageants. Like, I found a hobby, I found something that genuinely made me happy, and for the past 3 years, since 2020, I only lived for pageants. I trained for pageants 3 years straight because the world really gave me something. I don't know what it was, but it gave me something I was searching for all my life. I believe it's my #1 passion to see. And as someone who has been pretty insecure as a teenager, especially, it gave me that kind of self-love that just nothing else could give me before.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful story. Yeah. Anything you want to add?
I mean, I'll let Lalela.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Miss Supra was my second international pageant. I did Miss Universe, and I think I'm a very tenacious person. I'm very resilient. And if you tell me no or I can't do something, I always say you must want to see me succeed. And I always believe that sometimes your dreams are not really denied. You're just merely redirected. And I think I'm living proof of that.
We should give applause to these girls. Okay, and maybe because you also met in the same competition, is there any memorable story during the camp when you joined that pageant?
Is there? There is definitely one. So I predicted that she will win. During the rehearsals, the last rehearsal we had, I looked at her. She was standing behind me. I turned around. I was like, Lalela, you're going to win this. And she looked at me like, I don't think so. What are you saying?
You actually said, are you ready? And I was like,
Yeah, are you ready to win?
then you're like, you're gonna win. I'm thinking, this girl's just saying that to everyone.
I would never.
I promise you. And she's nice, but she's probably saying that to everyone.
No, of course not.
How come you already predicted who's gonna win the competition?
Why?
I'm a prophet sometimes.
And then Lalela, is there any memorable story during the camp?
I think the food choices.
Oh,
in
no.
Poland.
Oh.
Poland loves potatoes. So sometimes for lunch we'd have mash and fries and a different variant of a potato. I don't mind because I love potatoes. So for me, just, the food, the experiences with the food.
Numa, is there any specific experience during your
The
competition?
funny thing throughout the pageant was like I was the unofficial translator because some of the girls didn't have a very good English, and I do speak Spanish as well. So I was kind of in between and relay information. So I got to get really close to pretty much all of the girls because of that. And I'm very grateful for it. And it was kind of funny because whenever someone put out any instructions, the girls would instantly just look to me like, what did I just say?
We already talked about Indonesian women. Maybe I can ask one more time. What do you think about Indonesian women? Because they're also compete in each pageant that you're won. So what do you think maybe from Lalela? You met a lot of Indonesian women in the two pageant before. What did you think about?
I think something that's consistent, and I thought at Super it was just Dinda because it's just her aura. But no, I was wrong. When I landed, I think the kindness and authenticity that every Indonesian woman possesses. You guys are so kind and genuine and warm. So I can only see why Dinda is the way that she is. Yeah, those are things that really I will take home with me. You're very calm also, very poised and well put together.
Oh, thank you so much. It's such a compliment for us too.
Yes.
Okay, and you, Yasmin, when you landed, you see a lot of Indonesian women also, probably?
So far, that has been the same experience as Lalela. But what I would like to add to that is Indonesian women in pageantry, they are always so well prepared. And I really look up to that. Always 100%, every day 100%. And you never feel like every time you meet them, during the pageant, after the pageant, anywhere you go, they're always themselves. And that's what I really love about Indonesia and Indonesian women as well. And I think maybe is that a national characteristic you have?
Yeah.
We hope so.
I envy you.
How to prepare also for the best for all the girls. Okay, it's nice to hear it from you. And then Luma, you met also Indonesian contestant. What do you think about Indonesian women?
Yes, actually my second runner-up is Indonesian. Yeah, and I feel like I have the feeling that Indonesian women are really strong. Maybe that came from me wearing the kebaya, and like Lalela said, that the poise and the sweetness is something that seems to come from inside you, just glows out.
I will teach you one word in a traditional Indonesian language, but there's one more question before I teach you how to say it together. Tabikpun, Ibu. Yeah, but later. But now I want to ask about the message that you want to deliver to the world, the women in the world.
I definitely implore women to be steadfast in everything that they believe in. I think it's important to stand for something, even if it means standing alone, and to just assert yourself. You're very capable and worthy of achieving anything and everything that you desire.
It's very good to be here for all the women in this world. And then how about you, Yasmin? What do you want to deliver to the women?
So for me, the future is female, which means that we as women have to support each other, no matter in which situation we are in, and to cheer all women, which is also one of the slogans of Miss International. And that is also what I want to give each other, because in the end, we have each other as women, as any of our So the support from another woman means so much to me, for example, and I believe that a lot of younger women or younger girls actually look up to us as big sisters, of course. So being a role model on top of that is also something that I personally aspire to be, and I would also love to have other women aspire to be.
Beautiful, very inspirational. And then last but not least, Luma, what's your message?
Well, I want to tell women and everyone throughout the world to be authentic. Like I said, authenticity is something big for me. Never accept someone to put you in a box. You are not a box to be ticked. You are not something that needs to be compared to someone else. The freedom that I talk so much about is exactly about that. Freedom of choice and going after your dreams, just like we all did. So keep being you.
Oh, beautiful. Applause for them. Senang banget udah ngobrol dengan 3 queen kita di sini. Kesempatan yang luar biasa banget ya, pageant lovers pastinya excited banget dan kehadiran mereka. Tapi sayangnya waktu kita terbatas dan mungkin bisa ngobrol di lain kesempatan. Saya mau ngucapin terima kasih dulu untuk Ibu Puteri. Thank you so much,
Sama-sama,
Ibu.
Dita.
And also thank you so much for our queen here, Lalela, Yasmin, and also Luma. Thank you so much to be here. And I hope we can meet each other again later. And then good luck for all your journey ahead. And then also, I already promised you to say something in bahasa, traditional Indonesian language. Maybe Ibu Putri, you can say Putri Indonesia.
Putri Indonesia 2023.
Tapi pun, ya pun. Oke, terima kasih.
Terima kasih.